equity. This clause gives Sanders a percentage of revenue generated from merchandise, sponsorships, and promotions linked to his name and likeness.
That nigga got an NIL in the NFL.
Oh yeah, that's why people ain't fucking with him.
That's what they said. It wasn't that his character was stupid. They was trying
He's too smart.
When Shedeur Sanders signs a deal, it's never just business. It's a spectacle. But when the deal in question has KFC tangled up in controversy, suddenly it feels less like an endorsement and more like a scandal. Fans aren't just eating popcorn watching this unfold, they're throwing it at their screens. The chicken empire thought they were buying into hype, but now it looks like they bought into chaos, and the internet is serving it extra crispy.
Owner. Why it matters in NFL country, more players are paid for production. Shedeur might be paid for prime equity plus production. That means contract incentive for media appearances, revenue shares from merch tied to his brand, production right for his own docuseries or social content, and marketing bonuses based on viewership, not just stats.
KFC isn't exactly new to wild marketing stunts. They've done everything from heart-shaped chicken buckets on Valentine's Day to scented candles that smell like fried chicken grease. But what they didn't expect was to get roasted harder than their spicy wings when Shedeur Sanders' name became attached to them. At first glance, the partnership looked like a win-win. A rising football star with swagger and charisma joins forces with a fast food titan known for over-the-top campaigns. What could go wrong? Apparently, everything.
It's reported that his jersey sales have reached 250 million, which generates him
Wait, what?
14 million in commissions.
Yeah, he didn't ran it up.
Quarter mil? I mean, it's 250 quarter bill. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Jesus, he didn't ran it up.
No, he didn't make 14 million.
14 million.
I pray that that's real. Cause
He
shout out to
getting
him.
paid more than any first round pick.
Thanks.
The busted part came when fans realized the deal wasn't just about promoting crispy chicken sandwiches or buckets of wings. It was about image, branding, and money. Lots of it. KFC tried to position Shedeur as the new face of youth culture, the cool quarterback who could make their product relevant to a generation drowning in Chick-fil-A drive-thrus and Popeye's chicken wars. But instead of fans rallying behind the move, the backlash hit faster than a 2-minute drill.
Like their marketing bonus based on viewership, just not stats. He could, like I said, he could probably leverage that until ESPN, Fox, Fox Sports, and all these other platforms, these big major platforms that talk about sports. He can probably leverage that into the contract where he get a percentage or a piece of that, whatever they make.
For one, people started questioning why Shedeur would align himself with a brand often accused of being out of touch with the same demographic he represents. Social media lit up with fans pointing out that KFC has struggled for years to keep pace with its competitors, often leaning on gimmicks instead of quality. And now, with Shedeur attached, they felt like the chain was trying to buy its way into credibility it hadn't earned.
Right here it says this informative clause transforms him from a typical player into a business partner. Hello, allowing him to benefit directly from the commercial success of his personal brand, and it also gives him ownership of his personal media content and digital platforms. Attorney Fred Jones, talk to us, sir. What?
Then came the receipts. Fans dug up old marketing campaigns, questionable ads, and inconsistent promises that KFC had made before. Suddenly, the Sanders brand wasn't just endorsing fried chicken, it was endorsing a company with a messy reputation. That's when people began screaming that Shedeur was selling out or taking the bag without thinking of the long-term implications. For a quarterback who already faces the constant microscope of living in his father's shadow, this deal only poured gasoline on the fire.
They're thinking about now, what happens when 2 or 3 down the line of these athletes is on my team? 4 of these athletes is on my team, and they're getting their own money, because the money is money. At one point, that $14 million that Shedeur is getting now would have went to the owner. Would have went to the bigger business and franchises and so forth. It's going to Shedeur now.
And let's be honest, fans weren't just mad at KFC. They were mad at the optics. Because when you're Shedeur Sanders, every move you make is a headline. Endorsing luxury watches? Cool. Teaming up with top sports brands? Expected. But slapping your name on a fried chicken campaign that feels more like a Saturday Night Live skit than a serious deal, that's where the chaos kicks in.
When Shedeur signed his deal with the Browns, which was $4.6 million, there was a clause in his contract that was called prime equity. This clause ties into brand legacy and financial future to his on-the-field performance, allowing him to potentially benefit from the value he brings beyond just playing football.
What really busted KFC wide open was the timing. This wasn't happening in some quiet off-season moment when no one was paying attention. It happened when Shedeur was already under scrutiny for his draft stock, his performance, and his celebrity lifestyle. Critics didn't hesitate to argue that the deal made him look more like an influencer chasing checks than a quarterback laser-focused on football. And once that narrative catches fire, good luck putting it out.
Whatever. What's up? Can I get one? Shedeur, is Prime in there? Thank you so much. Is Prime in there?
In where?
Prime, your old man. Is he here?
No, he ain't in there, no. Nah, he definitely not in there.
Tell him I love him.
Yeah.
All right, tell your old man I love him.
I got you.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you. Good luck this season.
Deion Sanders, of course, wasn't silent. He backed his son the way only primetime can, reminding everyone that Shedeur's brand is his own and that he has every right to profit from it. But even Deion's signature confidence couldn't drown out the sound of fans tearing KFC apart online. Memes started flying, hashtags popped up overnight, and suddenly this wasn't about chicken, it was about clout.
Now fast forward recently to Shedeur Sanders, Deion Sanders' son, goes viral, but not for football, but for how he structured his contract. He had an equity clause in his deal with Gatorade. That clause basically said, I'm not just here as a name or a body, I want part of what's being built off of me. I want ownership in the outcome. So that clause essentially just...
And that's where fans lost it. Some laughed at the absurdity of it all, posting jokes about Shedeur running a two-piece combo instead of a 2-minute drill. Others were genuinely frustrated, feeling like the Sanders family had crossed the line between smart business and opportunistic overreach. Every new post about the deal only fueled the debate. Was Shedeur securing the bag smartly, or was he tarnishing his football credibility by attaching himself to a brand that feels outdated and desperate?
Shedeur Sanders is going to be one of the richest quarterbacks ever. Prime equity. I want you guys to understand that word, prime equity. Yesterday I did a video about him receiving $14 million in commission from $250 million earned from his jersey sale. A lot of
The truth is, this isn't just about fried chicken. It's about the collision between sports, celebrity, and culture. Shedeur isn't just a quarterback, he's a walking brand, and every decision he makes is amplified tenfold. Fans aren't just judging his ability to throw touchdowns, they're judging his ability to navigate fame in a world where perception often matters more than reality. For KFC, this deal was supposed to be a touchdown. Instead, it turned into a fumble that the internet picked up and ran the other way with. Now they're the ones being roasted on Twitter threads and TikToks, with fans dragging every misstep they've made in recent years. In trying to ride the Sanders wave, they got pulled into the undertow of public scrutiny that comes with it.
Or, like I said, trademark his name where they can't use it, and then they got to say Browns quarterback QB1. Prime equity is the future of athlete leverage. It's a player as a business model. Brand equity becomes as valuable as throwing touchdowns. Is what separates Shedeur from traditional quarterback. He's not just chasing contracts, he's creating assets.
And the irony? While fans are losing their minds, KFC might secretly be celebrating. Because controversy equals attention, and attention equals sales. People who hadn't thought about KFC in months are suddenly debating them non-stop. In that sense, Shedeur's deal might actually be working exactly as intended, even if it looks messy from the outside. That's the danger and the genius of attaching yourself to someone like Shedeur Sanders. You don't just get the spotlight, you get the storm. But the long-term question remains, how will this impact Shedeur's image? Every endorsement builds or chips away at the legacy he's creating. Fans want to see him as a future NFL star, not a walking commercial. Aligning with KFC might bring short-term cash, but in the court of public opinion, it risks making him look like just another celebrity athlete chasing deals instead of building greatness on the field.
You're gonna save the city. Shedeur Sanders does a surprise pop-up at a KFC because you know he has a meal there. Look at that pop out for you, boy. Jerseys on, song playing. Y'all still think them jersey sales not real? Y'all still think them jersey sales fake?
The crazy part of this story isn't just KFC being exposed. It's the way the deal pulled back the curtain on how fragile reputations can be in the modern sports world. Fans don't just want touchdowns anymore. They want authenticity. And when they sense something forced or corporate, they turn against it fast. Shedeur Sanders has weathered storms before, and he'll weather this one too. But the lesson is clear. Every partnership has consequences, especially when your last name is Sanders and your father is Deion. KFC wanted prime time, and they got it, just not in the way they expected. In the end, the fans might be losing it, but Shedeur isn't. He's still cashing the check, still building his empire, and still dominating the headlines. KFC might be busted, but Shedeur Sanders knows one thing for sure. Whether it's football or fried chicken, the Sanders name guarantees people will always be watching.